오니-chan.
Horny Gundam or DrySeaweed back this week with a new guy for one of the best junglers of this patch, Pantheon. He has a 56% win rate in Platinum and Diamond and 57 in Master Tier. With a nerf hammer coming down on Warwick in the upcoming patch, you can expect to see Pantheon as the best jungler of patch 4.21. Jazz hands.
My profession! You know, now that I think of it, I've always wanted to be a baker.
Let's take a look at the pros. 1. Pantheon's one of the easiest champions to jungle with. His passive, Aegis Protection, can block large monsters' auto attacks every 4 stacks. This allows him to clear camp by virtually taking no damage. 2. Pantheon's W makes him exceptional. His gap closer is also a stun. Normally, other junglers will have gap closers and CCs on separate spells. 3. Pantheon can easily solo Dragon at any stage in the game. And 4. His ultimate is impossible to ward against. This gives insane global pressure. On to cons. 1. In the late game compared to other junglers, Pantheon will be less tanky or deal less damage. Meaning, if Pantheon falls severely behind at an early stage of the game, he'll be pretty damn useless. Literally worse than Nerfed. 3. Full Metal Pantheon looks more like Full Metal Trash. For runes, Pantheon scales extremely well with attack damage, which is why we have 9 attack damage reds and 3 attack damage quints. For yellows, grab 9 flat armor. For blues, I have mixed magic resist. Cooldown and attack speed also work here, really depends on what flavor man you're in the mood for. For masteries, go 21-9-0. You want to be going offensive with Pantheon since he has a lot of early to mid-game damage. In the offensive tree, spell weaving and blade weaving is essential since you are consistently autoing and throwing skittles. Warlord is shit, so don't take it. Butcher is especially good while taking the dragon route cause coincidentally there's only one dragon. In the defensive tree, don't take recovery since Pantheon rarely gets hit. Bladed armor helps clear small monsters, however unyielding is also a great mastery. Can't go wrong with either mastery here. For skill order, Q will be your main source of damage, so max it first. You want to take W second, as this allows you to cancel and block basic auto attacks. For your third spell, take E. Not only is it essential to solo Dragon, but it also gives more damage than putting in another level for Q. Core items include Stalkers or Ranger's Trailblazer with the Warrior enchantment. A Brutalizer, the passive from the Warrior enchant, stacks with the passive from the Brutalizer. Get mobility boots whenever possible. This makes Pantheon's ganks and global pressure that much more deadly. From here, if your team needs a tank, build any health, magic resist, or armor item you need. If more MR is needed, I heavily recommend the Hex Drinker before a Spectral Cape. If you're a man and want more damage, invest in Tiamat, Bloodthirster, or even an Occult Blade. I call this the DragonBorn Route. The advantage of taking the DragonBorn Route is that you get Dragon 4 minutes into the game. The first dragon, the one I consider to be the most important, grants you and your team an additional 8% attack damage and ability power. The disadvantage of this route is that you'll find yourself almost a full level behind the enemy jungler. For either blue or purple side, start at the top of the jungle. Frog for blue side, golden for purple. Smite and clear the first camp and work your way down. I'll put the camp order on the left hand side, so if you're more interested in how to kill the dragon, you can skip this part of the guide.
We are going to play a typical number.
Take W as your second ability. W gives you an instant Aegis protection, as well as the ability to stun. Notice here how I use W to cancel the monster's basic attack, and after the monster is out of the stun, the W shield blocks another basic attack. We'll call Pantheon's passive that comes from its W, W shield. It'll make things easier to explain while we try to kill the dragon. Before you start dragging, as long as you follow these rules of thumb, the chance of death will be minimal. 1. Make sure to scan the area. Look at mid and bot lane, especially their support. Was a ward used? If so, where? Check with your team. Trust me, the last thing you want is the enemy team killing you, taking dragon and your double buff. 2. When possible, use only one ability to complete 4 stacks of your passive. Juggle your cooldowns. 3. Cancel E with a basic attack as soon as you use it. Heartseeker hardly deals any damage to Dragon, and it's only used to gain stacks for ages. 4. Before you use W, make sure to have at least 2 stacks on your passive. Pantheon will not get any additional stacks on Aegis protection while his W shield is up. If you use 2 spells for 4 stacks, or don't have any stacks for Aegis protection before activating W, you'll be hit.
We are going to play a typical amount of loud passages.
Let's do this! Do this! Yeah! Right! Right on! Hell yeah!
Let's go over how to use Pantheon's ultimate effectively. Make sure to predict where the target will be in 3.5 seconds. From here, position Grand SkyFall in such a way that will force the enemy into unfavorable positions. In this clip, I'm going for a bot lane gank. Let's pause right here. If we were to use Pantheon's ultimate right on top of Vayne and Fiddle, they would have the option to run behind their turret at a Caitlyn, Thresh's, possibly Pantheon's range, or run further in front and get killed by Caitlyn. Obviously, running behind their turret would be the optimal choice. So, we want to place the ultimate in such a way that would force Vayne and Fiddle towards non-favorable positions. By using Pantheon's ultimate behind their tower, we give them 3 options. Option 1, avoid the ultimate and run into Tribrush where Thresh is waiting. Option 2, avoid the ultimate and run back into Caitlyn. Option 3, stay under the turret and hope Pantheon disconnects. All 3 options are unfavorable for the enemy. If we start the clip, you can see that Vayne decides to run up to avoid Pantheon's Skyfall only to run into Thresh, and Fiddle tries to avoid both Skyfall and Caitlyn and ends up in a 4-way gangbang. Let's take a look at another example. Communicate with the team. It's much easier to land Pantheon's ultimate with your teammates' help. In this clip, I tell Jinx that she can expect me to gank with Skyfall. She uses this info to bait the enemy Rammus and Kalista into my ultimate. Honestly, in this clip, I underestimated the speed of Kalista and Rammus and gave them the option to flash away from the Skyfall and our Jinx and Blitz. What I should have done was use the Skyfall around here. This way, they wouldn't have had the time or distance, even with Flash, to dodge Pantheon's ultimate. And if they wanted to dodge the Skyfall, Kalista and Rammus would have had to run towards our Jinx and Blitz. In the end, we did get a double kill, but because of where I placed Pantheon's Skyfall, our Blitzcrank had to blow his Flash.
Oh, baby, a triple! Oh, yeah!
If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. That's the end to my Jungle Pantheon The Baker's Guide. If you have any suggestions for future videos, or on how I can improve the quality of upcoming videos, please comment down below. Also, drop by my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/DrySeaweed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the fields of justice.
Treat a lover like a 16.